Hey, thanks for driving.
Feel my nigga jam, feel my nigga jam, hit him out the jam, hit him out the jam.
Get game day deals on Uber Eats. This week, it's buy one.
Feel my nigga jam.
Y'all think when they ops go through their hood, they like.
Then some of his dreads missing out his head. You know what I'm saying? But drugs. That's the only way. Or you playing it to the teeth so he can get out. Because, you know, if you got mental health, they'll let you go.
Y'all already know what's going on. We is in the building, man. As soon as y'all get up in here, make sure y'all smash the like button. Say what's number like y'all is. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. We got 4 topics, man. First topic, we talking about OTF Jam and Lil Durk. Second topic, we talking about Take Upon and 63rd. Third topic, we talking about this footage of this man getting shot and killed, bro. Then for the fourth topic, we talking about Young Chop. So the first topic, man. So look, man, there's been a lot of confirmation with the OTF Jam situation. So for all the people wondering who is co-conspirator number 2, it's been confirmed, man. Jam is co-conspirator number 2, and the whole play that the OTF Didi and the other co-defense is trying to put together to try to go ahead and take the rap for this shit so Lil Durk can come home is looking like that plan is going to be sabotaged by Jam, man. OTF Jam is the star witness. So Jam ended up getting booked in 2023 by the police because Jam ended up getting into a physical altercation with somebody, you know, pistol whipping them, all type of shit. Police seen them. They bumped Jam before he could get away from, you know, beating up the dude and pistol whipping him and shit like that. So the whole time, 12 bumped him. And I guess, you know, one of his family members was with him. So when 12 bumped Jam been on some police shit from the jump. I ain't gonna lie, you know, because this is a lot of police shit. So Jam try to put, you know, Jam the most dangerous type of person there is. He's somebody that'll kill you and tell on your ass. Like, it don't get no more dangerous than that. A killer rat. You see what I'm saying? So whole time when 12 bumped Jam, he instantly tell the police right in front of his cousin, like, look, man, this his gun. You know what I'm saying? He tried to snitch on his cousin, but the gun ended up still getting put on Jam. So whole time, Jam, they end up letting everybody else go that was with Jam when this shit had went down, and they took Jam. So whole time, you know, while Jam is in jail, the situation with his baby mama happened. His baby mama ended up getting killed, and you know, a lot of people say that, goddamn it, Smirk and them got Jam baby mama killed for Jam being on some police shit. I can't confirm or unconfirm that shit, but it is kind of a coincidence that she get killed right around the time that Jam ended up getting down on Lil Durk. You know, so, you know, we'll just wait until, you know, everything play out before we get to speaking on that shit. But Jam apparently try to make calls to Lil Durk to try to see, like, you know, if Durk could send some money, you know, for a lawyer for him, or for, you know, like lawyer money for him, his situation, and, you know, funeral arrangements money for his baby mama who just got killed, and money to, like, you know, help keep, he ain't got no way to pay his rent now that he not on the streets no more. So it's like Jam was trying to get money for a lot of shit. He's trying to get lawyer money, funeral money, and rent money, and living money for his people and shit. And, you know, Durk ended up, you know, not responding, you know, brushing them off. You know, Durk was cleaning the house. Durk was trying to allow all these people away from him anyway. this right around the time when he done sent Zoo back to the goddamn trenches. He damn near, you know, backing away from everybody that's super entrenched in the street shit. You know, any way that some shit could get tied back to him, any people who could, you know, possibly get some shit tied back to him, he damn near was getting them these people away from him. So Jam ended up getting left on red. Like his ass, you know, end up not getting his phone call picked up. You know, he ended up basically getting left hanging. So, you know, so since that shit played out the way it played out, like they left Jam hanging. Jam took it upon himself to, you know, the feds already want Jam. They already want Lil Durk and them for the shit. They already trying to see what's to the shit. So Jam just go ahead and turn space evidence. His ass just end up becoming the witness and, you know, basically just got them admitted to his role in the situation, you know, but whole time, you know, it was a whole, you know, he was given some type of deal to do this shit. Like, it's like, because like this is back in 2023, they end up grabbing everybody in late 24. So Jam was the first person that we know of that's, as far as this Lil Pap situation, he was the first person to flip state's evidence, become a federal witness for this case. So, and everybody know how the feds move when it comes to the first person who gives some shit up. The first person who gives some shit up, they're gonna get the best deal. Everybody know that shit. So Jam was, you know, y'all can pretty much expect to see, once everything play out, y'all can pretty much expect to see that Jam end up getting a sweet deal, you know, due to the fact that he was the first, you know. And the whole time, you know, you fast forward to late 2024, everybody.
Yes. Hold up, bro. I had something going on. Yes. We back in the building with another podcast. This is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog, and I'm your host, Hand 5000. And in my famous words, good morning. Listen, California wildfires still going on. OTF Jam, man, they talking about it, man. Mason Cam, man. It's Saturday morning. I'm talking about it all. You know what I mean? Saturday morning, I ain't talking about it all. I'm talking about it all. Brick Baby, Dirt update, Jay-Z update, Diddy update, California wildfire, Mace. Everybody's on the chopping block this beautiful Saturday morning. And guess what? My alarm clock just went off. It's the wake and bake hour. It's 7 o'clock. Hey, listen, if you up with me, I appreciate you. These the Bob Marley dreads, you know, water, just shit right, clean, the lights on. You know what I mean? But hey, listen, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. We up. Who are the men behind you? Who are the men behind me? Oh man, this is something. I'm glad you asked that. You want to get a little peep this morning? It's like a lot of stuff. I want this gone. Because yes. I hate my stuff. I need to fix this and permanently fix this. But this shit is a headache right here. All right, buddy. You want to see on the back of the wall? I want to see on the back of the wall. It's Bob Marley, Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, Biggie. That sign back there says Raw Dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a few legends back there. That's the wall of legends. You know what I mean? That's the wall of legends. That's the wall of legends, buddy. That's the wall of legends. That's the real wall right there. That's a real collectible. I'm an art guy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got Raw Dope up there. It's art all around this joint. This is my space. Oh, man. That looks like it's a little. My camera looks a little. Need to be wiped off. Camera look a little foggy. Thing look kind of sparky. Like I'm kind of getting glare off the side. Y'all see that? You see that? Y'all see that? I don't know why this like that. He's spanking off the green. But anyway, we is back in the building with another one. So they talking about, I ain't been talking about Lil Durk for a minute. But now this guy, OTM Jam, he OTF Jam. So I'm looking at this thing where dude said Jam's testifying. I'm looking at this. So I gotta go to one of the people that, cover this a lot, Trisha's News. What did you, because Jam is just everywhere.
You shot straight.
All right, this is something new on it. Man, if you just tap and hit that, you think Mace left rap and found God after Diddy turned them out? I don't know. I don't think everybody Diddy was doing that
I'll
too.
give you the rundown. Say, hey man, it's OG Jacario back at you with another one. And I had to come slide from you.
Man, but like this video. If y'all just tap in, please like the video to keep me going. Please like the video.
Get jammed up.
Please like the video.
Right. And now we have Trenches News, the source for the Chicago streets and the news that's going on out there in Chi-Town. He's going to give us the breakdown and the rundown, right, on how OTF Jam actually got jammed up. Let's check it out.
Told you, Trenches News.
OTF Jam. He was arrested on 79th. Why was OTF Jam arrested? Trenches News or Swipe. OTF Jam actually whooped the guy who was serving drugs for him. He whooped him. He's been looking for him. The guy disappeared. So Jam was looking for him, looking for the guy, I'm talking about, as if he was broke, But then it's the principle in the streets. No matter how much money you got, if somebody sells some drugs, you're going to be looking for them if they ran off, especially if they ran off with a nice amount. So Jam was looking, them riding around looking for this guy. They see him in a gas station on 79th. So they go in the gas station, tell him to check it outside. He come outside, whoop, wop, whoop, wop, whoop, wop, whoop. Jam put the pistol and the hands on him. You know what I'm saying? They call the police. The police right there. Bump Jam, boom. Grab Jam, slickers, detectives, transformers, whatever you want to say. Undercover police. They popped up like right after that, like Happy said. So when they popped up, they got Jam them car. They couldn't get in the car fast enough. Jam, he got grabbed up. When Jam got in the car, I don't know if y'all police stations do this, but in Chicago, the detectives, some be fair with it, some be dirty. Now, so Jam getting the thing. He making up a story to the police about why he had to hook dude. You know what I'm saying? And he took the pistol from dude. So he telling the police like, man, hey, look, I'm on parole. I'll give you another gun. You know what I'm saying? The police like, man, go ahead and call your people. We can get that done. Whole time, the police see a red flag in the computer from the FBI. Remember, the murder for hire happened 2022. So this 2023, when Jam got arrested by CPD on 79. You know what I'm saying? And when they came back with the gun, you know what I'm saying? The police got the gun, went to go and get the gun, but they couldn't let Jam go because Jam had a red flag from the FBI on his name. So they couldn't let him go. So what they did was when the FBI got there, they talked to Jam, put the pictures in front of him, put the whole puzzle of the murder for hire with Lil Durk them in front of him, and Jam had to make a decision. Now he got two guns that he finna get put on. You know what I'm saying? He already an armed individual. Plus, he on the case because he was there. You know what I'm talking about? He was with them. So that's how it came about of Jam getting jammed up and, getting on Lil Durk. He couldn't, the thing about Jam getting jammed up and calling them and telling them, some money. He was calling for some money for his people, for his rent and all that shit. That's what he was threatening them about. Like, man, I need y'all to pay my rent while I'm in here. He couldn't get out. He was sold up. He couldn't get out. So the only thing he could do is cooperate. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he disappeared out the system. Now, they say he influenced one of the members that know Jam, that's been knowing Jam, grew up with him, say he in Florence and Arizona. I don't want to say Phoenix because I don't know if it's Phoenix, but I know it's in Arizona. And they send people from Chicago there. Whether you in Cook County, they can send you that once you get a murder charge and get sent to IDOC, they can send you to Cali. I mean, they can send you anywhere they want to in the States. So that's how Jam ended up in there, and then he ended up telling everything, man. That's crazy, though.
So, as you heard, Trenches.
That's Trenches News. If y'all not familiar with Trenches News covers Chicago. And I believe him. It's Trenches News an informant? I don't know. I don't know the man personally, but he gets to the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? But Jam was quiet for a minute. The whole OTF Jam telling, was quiet. And now they just erupt out of the whole thing. But I'm gonna go. I wanna play a clip right now. I'm gonna go to Trenches News.
You shots great.
Now I'm gonna go to Trenches News. I'm gonna go to Trenches News right now.
Support me. Go to Nene Marie 370.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to Trenches News.
Hygiene clothes, bag it up, take it outside, and give video to the platform. We talking about OTF Jam and how did he get jammed up in the first place? We talking about Moo-Wop and O-Block, and we talking about EBK Juvie and G Herbo. Man, make sure y'all smash that like button so this video can get around to the masses with your support. I thank y'all very much. Hey, we're gonna start off with OTF Jam first, man. You know Trenches News, #1 source, man. I get the information and I give it to y'all how I get it. All right, y'all. So OTF Jam, he was arrested on 79th.
Mm-hmm.
Why was OTF Jam arrested? Trenches News or Swipe. OTF Jam actually whooped the guy who was serving drugs for him. He whooped him. He been looking for him. Like the guy disappeared. So Jam was looking for him, looking for the guy, you know what I'm talking about, as if he was broke, But then it's the principle in the streets. No matter how much money you got, if somebody's selling some drugs for you, you're going to be looking for them if they ran off, especially if they ran off with a nice amount. So Jam was looking, Jam them riding around looking for this guy. They see him in a gas station on 79th. So they go in the gas station, tell him to check it outside. He come outside, woo, wop, woo, wop, woo, wop, woo. Jam put the pistol and the hands on him. You know what I'm saying? They call the police. The police right there. Bump Jam. Boom. Grab Jam. Slickers, detectives, transformers, whatever you want to say. Undercover police. They popped up like raccoons that night. Like Pappy said. So when they popped up, they got Jam them car. They couldn't get in the car fast enough. Jam, he got grabbed up. When Jam got in the car, I don't know if y'all police stations do this, but in Chicago, the detectives, some be fair with it, some be dirty. Now, so Jam getting the thing. He tells the dude, he making up a story to the police about why he had to whoop dude. You know what I'm saying? And he took the pistol from dude. So he telling the police like, man, hey, look, I'm on parole. I'll give you another gun. You know what I'm saying? The police like, man, go ahead and call your people. We can get that done. Whole time, the police see a red flag in the computer from the FBI. Remember, the murder for hire happened 2022. So this 2023, when Jam got arrested by CPD on 79th. You know what I'm saying? And when they came back with the gun, you know what I'm saying? The police got the gun, went to go and get the gun, but they couldn't let Jam go because Jam had a red flag from the FBI on his name. So they couldn't let him go. So what they did was when the FBI got there, they talked to Jam, put the pictures in front of him, put the whole puzzle of the murder for hire with Lil Durk and them in front of him, and Jam had to make a decision. Now he got 2 guns that he finna get put on. You know what I'm saying? He already an armed habitual. Plus, he on the case because he was there. You know what I'm talking about? He was with them. So that's how it came about of Jam getting jammed up and, getting on Lil Durk. He couldn't, the thing about Jam getting jammed up and calling them and telling them, some money. He was calling for some money for his people, for his rent and all that shit. That's what he was threatening them about. Like, man, I need y'all to pay my rent while I'm in here. He couldn't get out. He was sold up. He couldn't get out. So only thing he could do is cooperate. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he disappeared out the system. Now, they say he influenced. One of the members that know Jam, that been knowing Jam, grew up with him, said he influenced in Arizona. I don't want to say Phoenix because I don't know if it's Phoenix, but I know it's in Arizona. And they send people from Chicago there, whether you in Cook County, they can send you that once you get a murder charge and get sent to IDOC, they can send you to Cali. I mean, they can send you anywhere they want to in the States. So that's how Jam ended up and then he ended up telling everything, man. That's crazy though. That's crazy. But I got the full story, man. How did Jam get caught anyway? And Jam had a parole violation, but the feds supersede the IDOC. You can be an IDOC, the feds come get you and put you right back on the streets on everything. That's how the feds work, especially if you got good information. But he is arrested, but he ain't arrested because he ain't with the people who could do harm to him, or if he trying to do harm to them, he with some other people who he don't even know until court or until he get down on Dirk now. All right, so then we got THF Teasy. THF Teasy went to court yesterday, and his motion was denied. Motion was denied about the whole, I was on the phone with a government informant and all that. Well, Muwap them pissed because Muwap them, all the motions that they try to put in for now on, it is irrelevant. Like, it's irrelevant, gonna get shot down because Teasy, they rapidly co-defended, already pointed their elbows at them. And that's common sense. And I'm pretty sure that the judge pointed it out to him. Are you aware, you know what I'm saying, since you pro say that you point a hand and elbows at your homies? You know, so they pissed right now. They pissed. They court days all the way out, August, September. You know, we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated on that. I seen that on their family profiles, you know what I'm talking about, on social media. All right, then last but not least, we got EBK Juvie and G Herbo. I seen
Jam a wild dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. OTF Jam is a wild dude, bro. If you like Dirt and them, boy, he picked the wrong home, boy. I understand he was a businessman, but I mean, God Almighty, yo, like Jam is like crazy. Like when you listen to these stories, like yo, like y'all jump out. So they saying allegedly, this is allegedly. Y'all heard it like I heard it, so I give my opinion. So Jam gets jammed up for beating up somebody over some money. It's a gun in the car. He gets caught with the ratchet. Nobody takes the ratchet charge. They see they got a red flag on his name by the FBI. The FBI comes talk to him. He's got 2 guns. He chooses to call Dirt and them for rent money. They fall out. He chooses to go hot. Wow, man. How you call him for rent money, dude? Just give you $50,000, a house and a car, and putting you in a position to get money. You know what I mean? Now you playing with me. You know what I mean? Now you playing with me, bro. Like, me ain't pay your rent, bro. I just gave you some money. I don't got that. You know what I mean? And now they say he's in Florence or Arizona somewhere, and they say, you know, it's bad. You know, it's bad. Let's get into more of this, bro. Like, Jam is just...
You shot straight.
Jam just different.
Want to support me?
Jam different, bro. That boy OTF Jam different.
Word on the curb.
Word on the curb.
Word on the curb. Well, little dirty dirt. You can add your homeboy.
Dang.
Word on the curb. Well, little dirty dirt. You can add your homeboy Jam to. They said Jam tried to get his own cousin jammed up for the switch, but the cousin, they knew that it was Jam. So it all makes sense now. So now we figured it out. OTF Jam, only the feds Jam is going to tell it on you.
Only the feds.
Yeah, he is. But besides, I mean, you already had help from your own family telling on you. There's only one Dirt going to be out here in 2025.
Recent case that they brought against your son, we haven't seen any comments about it from yourself. We would just like to know your feelings on the matter so that we can share with the wider public.
Yo.
Alhamdulillah. We first like to thank everyone for their support, their love, you know, the encouraging words that they gave us as a family. We thank the fans and everyone who stood by us. I leave all legal issues to the lawyers to break that thing. What's dealing with that, the legal issues behind it. As far as the family, as far as me as a father, or did I said that it's mighty strange that once he started doing good out there, once he stayed away from all the gang banging and dissing the dead and doing things out there in the street, when he turned his life around, when he on his deen now, practicing religion, doing things for the community, bringing about peace in Chicago and throughout various cities. You know, all of a sudden now he being indicted. You know, just right off the.
I feel bad for Dirt, yo. I'm gonna tell you why I feel bad for Dirt. And Charleston White said something. Charleston White said something that made sense, right? You said, "Why you feel bad?" You know, I just listen to a lot of commentators. I'm a content creator, so I listen to a lot of creators. So Charleston was saying that, why do we feel bad for dudes that was dropping money on their head, and why do we do this and that? I feel bad for dude because I never thought that Lil Dirt in his whole career, I never thought that Dirt was playing, you know, Dirt was playing defense and offense. You know, it's a gang world. Now we all know that Lil Dirt made it out the trenches. But loyalty a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You could be so loyal that at some point that, you know, people take that for granted. Now, I'm not going to say that boy hands all clean because he's a known gang member, but things happen. And even in the gang world, right? And even in the world of the streets, it's rules. Even in the real world, it's rules in the bank. It's rules in the real world. It's rules in the underground world. You know, people say that Dirt didn't really know Jam. If that's true, he just looked out for him because he was a hitter and he handled some business. He did something that he felt like he was rewarded and tried to give a dude opportunity. Dude, you know, Dirt like to give his homeboys opportunities. They say, oh, he want to roll with the killers. Oh, he want to do this. Oh, he want to do that. Nah, man. Dirt don't want to do anything but get some money and lay back. That King Von thing was a haunted ghost over his head, and a lot of things they had going on in Chicago. Dirt was big enough to walk away from the shit, but it was a process. People don't even understand that. You just can't up and say one day you should up and one day and say I made it. Fuck everybody. I'm staying away from that shit. You can do that, but how many people do that? Few. You know, 50-50. 50% of people don't. 50% of the dudes, especially in the rap world. He jammed up. For Jam to get caught up in something that had nothing to do with Dirt or had nothing to do with those murders or nothing, and then the turn and form it, it's fucked up. If you in the water, you in the water. If you out the water and then you know you're a civilian and you minding your business, it's no such thing as telling because the law is there for you. But when you say this and throwing it up and Dirt my man and this and that, and you choose to have a pipe in a car that's illegal, you know the consequences that come if you get caught with the pipe. So dudes gotta stop joking and playing. You know the consequences that come with it when you get caught with the pipe. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. So I don't respect a dude that had nothing to do with nothing and bring dudes in it because they start questioning you about murders and stuff. Jam was out of order, bro, for what he did, bro. It's just a sad situation. It's a real sad situation, and your past can come back and haunt you. But like I said, bro, it's an unwritten law, bro. What Jam did, you wasn't supposed to do. You know what I mean? If they gonna get Dirt and had cake baked for Dirt, because I believe that. You know, they was on Dirt ass. All the music put out, all the people telling everything that's going on, they was on Dirt ass, but they didn't need help with they shouldn't have got help from so-called friends and family. Especially if you spending the money with me and you riding out with me. You spending the money with me and you riding out with me, but you gonna tell on me? Like, come on, bro. That's not real. And I'm just saying to each his own. But I'm just saying for Jam, that's just not no real. That's not what men do. But I guess, you know what I mean? He not on man time. He on help himself time. You know what I mean? Straight up. He on help himself time. Who is the guy? You know what I mean? It's like you became famous like for all of this stuff. OTF Jam speaks from jail and goes off on OTF members. I never heard this. This came out 3 weeks ago. Let me hear this. I want to see what's going on with this, honestly, because they say he speaks from jail and doing this, but let's see.
So we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member. And after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into was actually dropped. Now, with social media being social media and all the sky for Vaughns and get back for Vaughns, they're saying that Lil Durk was peer pressured into doing what he did, or at least what he was accused of doing. So back in October, Lil Durk was arrested, and prior to him being arrested, OTF Didi, OTF Vonnie, and a few others was also arrested for the death of Lil Pab. Now, according to the feds, they got almost everything they need to pin the people that they needed to pin to this crime, in which they had DNA results, they got phone records, they got credit card records, they got phones being pinged, they got vehicles, they got surveillance cameras, they got text messages, just the whole 9 yards. Now, to make matters worse, unsealed documents was dropped by the feds the day that Lil Durk was going for a detention hearing, in which we all thought that he was going to get a bail. But y'all know with the feds being the feds, they dropped the bombshell and later revealed that Lil Durk may or may have not had a hand in a guy by the name of Stephon Mack, who was accused of being his brother D-Thing's killer as well. And it just looked like he got hit with another M for hire. So in that case, it's not looking too good for Durk, but that's another story. Now, when it comes to OTF Jam, he's been very vocal as of a day ago in speaking that everybody's accusing him of wearing a wire, or everyone accusing him of being a snitch and being the reason why everybody went down. However, he's saying that he's not the reason. And when the discovery and all the paperwork actually dropped, everybody's going to see who the real snitch actually was. Now, you know what's crazy? I don't know what these guys be thinking when they put things on social media, but when you pay attention to how he's talking, he's kind of admitting that there was a crime done and they did do the crime. However, he isn't the reason why they were caught. So if you was involved in this and you trying to tell the feds or, have your lawyer let it be known that nothing was done and you didn't have no involvement in nothing, that's pretty much dead. Because he's telling you, yes, something may have transpired, but I'm not the reason why we're going down. And when the discovery and everything dropped, y'all will find out that it's not me. However, I never said that a crime wasn't committed by us. Crazy. This is why you got to watch what you put on social media, because everything isn't for social media. However, we're going to get into what he had to say. He actually threw a couple shots at Booney, I think Buka, if I'm not mistaken, just a couple OTF members, because those are the same people that had something to say when it came to him wearing a wire. Now, whether he's telling the truth or not, I guess time will only tell, but we're going to get into it. But before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now, when it comes to OTF Jam, him or somebody he's affiliated with, whether it was his team, would take to his IG story to have a couple things to say in a few slides. In the first slide, he would say, quote, "Hey, Jayski, check this out, D-Rider. N-word, I ain't lied to your face about Ish. And when the discovery come out, you're going to see I'm not how the feds got on to us or built their case. None of that other Ish N-words did, but I'm going to let the paperwork come out because it's going to tell it all. Goofy, so stop playing with me. Your mama lost enough already. Be there for her before I turn my LP up on mommy grave. Go and keep sucking Booney D-word, an N-word who didn't even want to go on 64th, and get your dumb butt when I went on 59th and told that man what was going on. He said you shouldn't have went down there. Your pops an H-word. Boy, open your eyes to the Goofy, or you just too lost to see the truth. That N-word told the whole world he was going to shoot a video on 64th. We was 100 deep, ready to go down there. His butt wouldn't go. Stop playing. That's who you look up to. I got on his butt and he used his grandma to make me not beat his butt on Lil Mo grave. N-word, look, I don't give a F if I didn't do something. Ain't no N-word going to FaceTime me until they on their way to my crib to beat my butt. And when they get there, I'm going to want to talk or tell the N-word his bad. My grandma going to be at us. Booney, tell your son the truth, N-word. His daddy, a P-word. Sheesh. Now, in the second slide, he would say, quote, "Booney, you know, one lame ass N-word, I wish I would have known your little was going to go home and choose sides. When you was just around, you saying all that good ish in my face, then went right home and got on Goofy Dude D-word. That's what N-words do, instead of saying how you feel. But you didn't do that because we both know how that would have turned out. I would have made your mama cry when she saw you, and it wouldn't have been because she was happy to see you. Because I would have broke your face before you went home for sure, and you know that. You goofies only play with me when I catch y'all. I see y'all in my face, it's a different story. N-words really be H-words, but y'all gotta live with that though. Y'all just really need to stop making the world think y'all these real thug N-words. The whole time, y'all really H-words. I know it's crazy. We hear that a lot, and it's seeming like the whole, aura or thing around O Block, the mythological thing that they have around them, where everybody's like, oh, O Block, and they're nothing but killers or whatever. It's starting to come down at the hands of these guys. They're self-destructing. It seems like these guys get into it with each other, and they start letting out and exposing information about each other that the world don't know. And what that does is now the perception that we had of them, it gets tainted slowly but surely. The more and more these guys get into it with each other and self-destruct. Now, in the next slide, he would say, quote, Jer, I guess you thought this was your time to make your move, huh? My N-words, I've been sent you black and white to your H-word at cousin Booney. I would have never did 12 years if it wasn't because of you and Booney underage little girlfriend. So stop it. Try something else. But I guess you a nobody. You got to try and be a part of something like the rest of the nobodies. Don't try and use my name so you can come back outside, though. You know what you did. Keep your head up, though. Now, I don't know what he mean by that, but he did mention Booney, which I'm assuming he's referring to Booney Mo. And he's saying that Booney Mo allegedly had an underage little girlfriend. See what I'm saying? This is how the stuff start getting out there. Stuff start being exposed. And once again, we don't know how true it is because, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Because as soon as somebody get mad at each other, they're able to say anything. They're liable to just say anything to make somebody else look bad. We get it. But he did mention that Booney allegedly had an underage girlfriend. And these guys know each other. And as I always tell y'all, the worst person to get into it with is somebody that was once a friend. You know why? Because they know all your information. They know all your business. They know all your dirty laundry. And when y'all get into it with each other, he or she is liable to put it out there and expose it. Now, in the last slide, he will go on to say, quote, Lexio, first off, how that little Steve tat work out for you? Shaking my head. Dumb H word. But anyway, your baby daddy duck. What? B word. Stop acting like he was a part of anything with OTF. I had him around. You just another B word wannabe, a part of something so bad. Only thing that man duck was being stuck with you for 18 years, like that brother told me. He wished that baby died when he beat you. Only MF was ever sending back to jail was you, like you did. The only thing the man loved about you was the way you sucked D to the point you foam at the mouth. Good for nothing, little girl. B-word, you just need something to talk about so bad because your butt a nobody. B-word, clean your crib. I bet your ish dirty right now. Any N-word that ever been to your crib gonna say your ish wasn't clean, but they look past it for the head. Go live right now if your ish clean. I would cash out your broke B-word if it wasn't because of me. Your bills wouldn't have been getting paid. This is a fact. I'm the reason you had a crib. The money was coming from what I had going on. B-word, the money your bum ass stole come from what I had going on. I'ma smack the F out of you soon as I see you. I'ma show you how much you don't know no better, little dumb ass. Now, I know y'all probably be laughing when y'all be hearing the way I be trying to disguise these curse words, but y'all know YouTube and their guidelines, they change every so often. So to just minimize that, I'd rather just not say the curse words. Anyway, when it comes to OTF Jam, he's saying that he didn't snitch, he's standing by it. He didn't wear no wire like everybody is accusing him of. And he's saying that when the paperwork or when the discovery and everything finally drop, it's going to come out that he's not the one that's telling, but it seems like he does know who it is. Now, I don't know if he's not saying anything for the sake of the case, or he's not allowed to say anything for whatever reason, or maybe he did play a part in cooperating, but I don't know, right? But right now, he's just saying that it's not him. He's not the guy that everyone's making him out to be. And he's saying that, some of these guys know that, but they just trying to jump on the gravy train. They're just trying to be funny and use his name for clout, clickbait, whatever the case may be. But he did call out Booney Mo. He did say that he was messing with underage girls, allegedly. He called out J-Ski. It's just a lot going on, man. And it just seems like O Block is self-destructing. Hopefully not. It is what it is, man. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all this. Do y'all feel OTF Jam is the person that cooperated, or maybe it's somebody else? Who knows? Jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like.
So what y'all think, man? You know what I mean? Jam saying he ain't telling. They saying he telling. One thing and somebody that ain't said nothing and ain't gonna say nothing to the end is Dirt. Dirt ain't saying shit. Last thing I heard from Lil Dirt, let me see. Lil Dirt. Last thing I heard from Lil Dirt, he said, man, he in population. That's the last thing I heard from Lil Dirt. Dirt say he in pop. So my man Durky, yo. Durky, yo. Hold up. Let's see what Law and Crime talking about. Let's get into Law and Crime. Lil Dirt. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like. Leave a comment. Let's go.
A Grammy Award-winning rapper accused of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot to kill another rapper in retaliation for his longtime friend's murder gets another setback in his case. Dirk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, has been behind bars since October, accused of being the mastermind behind a plot to kill Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taquan Bowman. Quando Rondo, along with his sister and cousin, were ambushed and shot at in Los Angeles, California in August of 2022. While Quando Rondo and his sister survived the attack, his cousin was murdered in the hail of gunfire. But that case goes back further than that, as prosecutors say it all stemmed from a 2020 shooting that left another rapper, who was also the close friend and frequent collaborator of Lil Durk, dead. According to Lil Durk's federal indictment, prosecutors say on November 6 of 2020, a man named DB, who was a high-ranking member of Lil Durk's Only the Family, or OTF, and the friend of Lil Durk, got into a fight with another person identified in the indictment as TB. The indictment says an associate of TB pulled out a gun and shot DB multiple times, killing him. Now, the indictment doesn't have the full names of TB or DB, but the circumstances match the November 6, 2020 shooting death of rapper King Von, whose real name is Davon Bennett. And of course, we know Quando Rondo's real name to be Taquan Bowman. So where does Lil Durk come into play here? Well, federal prosecutors say after King Von's murder, Lil Durk wanted revenge. According to the indictment, Banks made clear in code language that he would pay a bounty to anyone who took part in killing Quando Rondo for his role in King Von's murder. That all came to a head nearly 2 years later on August 18th of 2022, when Banks, his alleged co-conspirators, and co-defendants tracked down Quando Rondo to Los Angeles. The indictment names Banks' co-defendants as Kevon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, and Asa Houston. Prosecutors say on August 18th of 2022, after the men learned where Quando Rondo was in LA, at the direction of Lil Durk, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, Houston, and another co-conspirator traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles to murder Quando Rondo. Meanwhile, Lil Durk and Kevon Grant traveled on a private jet from Miami to LA allegedly to help coordinate the murder. That same day, Banks allegedly texted co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." But the feds say that same co-conspirator purchased the plane tickets using an OTF credit card. The unnamed co-conspirator 3 also allegedly confirmed to DeAndre Wilson through text that Wilson, Jones, and Lindsay had the same airline ticket confirmation. And Wilson messaged a friend on Instagram saying, "On my way to LA." From there, Kevon Grant allegedly purchased 4 black ski masks from a sporting goods store, but used cash to pay. But seemingly messed up when he allegedly used another OTF credit card to rent a hotel for the co-conspirators. Prosecutors say after Grant met with the co-conspirators, he gave Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and another unnamed co-conspirator firearms, including a firearm that was modified to operate as a machine gun. From there, Grant allegedly provided 2 cars for himself, Lindsay, Wilson, Jones, Houston, and another co-conspirator to find and kill Quando Rondo. The following day, using a BMW and Infiniti allegedly rented by Grant, the men tracked down Quando Rondo first to a marijuana dispensary, then to a clothing store. But it would be an LA gas station that would be the site of the deadly crime. According to the indictment, Asa Houston drove the Infiniti to an alley behind the Beverly gas station, then parked the car so Jones, Lindsay, and unnamed co-conspirator 2 could attempt to murder Quando Rondo. Prosecutors say the men shot at Quando Rondo's car, but ended up killing his cousin who was standing next to Quando's car. Then the men fled and went to a local burger joint to discuss payment. The same day Quando's cousin was killed, prosecutors say an OTF credit card was used to purchase plane tickets from San Diego back to Chicago for Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, Houston, and co-conspirator 2. Fast forward to October of 2024, prosecutors say Lil Durk allegedly tried to flee the United States and booked plane tickets to several different countries, including Italy, Switzerland, and Dubai, but didn't board the plane for any of the flights. Instead, he was arrested near Miami International Airport. And even though Lil Durk isn't accused of pulling the trigger, he faces the same charges as the other men, including 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, and 1 count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms and a machine gun and possession of such firearms in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, all of which he pleaded not guilty to. Surprisingly, his trial was slated for January 7th, just 3 months after his arrest, but that date was pushed back to October 14th of this year. It all comes weeks after an unsealed affidavit filed by an FBI agent alleged Lil Durk was involved in a
So, what we into this morning, if you just tapped in the morning show, we're gonna get into the California wildfire, but it was a lot on the internet about OTF Jam, being a foreman, and it was out there, then it's just coming back to the light. So I'm just taking y'all a little bit into the Dirt case. If you're not doing it, because I didn't cover in a while, I was waiting to the new year, but man, it's the 11th, it's 11 days into the new year, it's 10 days after the first. It's time to get busy because these court dates are out there. People are off of vacation. Everybody's coming back to work. Everybody's getting busy. So that's why I started covering. I'm going to give you an update on Diddy, Jay-Z, all the dudes this book. I'm going to give you an update on it. And it'll be on the lookout for our jail calls. But if you just tap in, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. It's 7:38. We in a Wake and Bake hour. Wake and Bake and me. And whenever you drop, and they also drop your area code, where you from, if you tapping in. Come on, man, let's go.
Lil Durk for the 2022 murder of 24-year-old Stephon Mack, who was alleged to be a gangster disciples leader. The agent alleges Lil Durk was offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder. Lil Durk hasn't been criminally charged for that alleged murder for hire plot. However, prosecutors did use that affidavit as evidence to get Lil Durk's request for bail denied, and he, as well as his co-defendants, remain behind bars since their respective arrests. But all of them are facing a hefty sentence, the rest of their life in prison, if convicted. So much to unpack, so let's bring on now criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Safa Robinson Ferrer. Safa, it's always great to see you. First I have to ask your reaction to this whole case. Lil Durk is a Grammy Award-winning artist, but federal prosecutors allege that he's this mastermind behind the plot to kill Quando Rondo in retaliation for his friend King Von's death. What are your thoughts about this case overall?
It's not surprising to see an indictment come about as a result of that. I think that there have been rumors and talks in the industry for years with regard to Lil Durk and his, position with respect to his friend King Von's death and anything that may have been retaliatory in nature. So this is not the first time that I'm hearing of these alleged acts as an attorney, but this is certainly the first time that we now have an indictment alleging these specific acts against him. And what we've seen, in more recent times is that law enforcement is going after individuals who are high-profile individuals or celebrities and rappers and essentially prosecuting them. We saw that in the Young Thug case. We see that in this case now. We see that in the Sean Diddy Combs case. So we're seeing this a lot more frequently as of lately.
Yeah, and reading through this federal indictment against Lil Durk, it seems like there's a lot of evidence stacked against him, from the text messages to the use of credit cards and other kind of trails of evidence. What do you make of that, given if you are going to orchestrate something terrible like this, that you might try a little harder to kind of cover your tracks?
They say cash is king. When you use electronics and you use credit cards and things of that nature, you're leaving a paper trail all the time.
That's a fact.
Even when you use social media, you may think that a video has disappeared because you've used Snapchat. It has not disappeared. It has been preserved and made available for law enforcement. And so essentially here in this case, There are allegations that credit cards were used that were associated with Lil Durk. Also, transportation via airplanes, rental cars, and things like that, that the government was ultimately allowed the government to tie these things to him. And so in cases like this, of course, I would never recommend doing anything like this, but always remember that you are leaving a paper trail anytime you use an electronic, a cell phone, a computer, a credit card, or anything like that.
Hey, for all you business owners or anyone who wants to start a side hustle, I want to take a quick.
So this Lil Durk murder for hire case, man, it is mind-boggling. It's radical. I can't wait till it folds. So the first person that's on the chopping blocks, if you just tap in, it's OTF Jam. They saying Jam got jammed and this and that, but they just telling us, kind of like what they got on Durk right now. And I didn't cover it for a while, but I just know that Durk, the case is hot again on the internet. Is trending because of this new stuff what Trenches News put out about OTF Jam. You know what I mean? He's in Earth. Man, it's deep, bro. So I'm just getting into a little bit into the case and tapping in with y'all. Damn, bro. I fought it and it smells. All right. Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah.
What my Marty? My Marty
used a CI or used a cooperating witness to kind of spell out what happened and when?
It wouldn't surprise me. I read through some of the superseding and indictment, and it seems to be very highly detailed with the alleged conduct and the overt acts that they are alleging against Lil Durk. And the specificity that it took to make those pleadings, there is a question in my mind as if anybody has cooperated against Mr. Durk or Lil Durk at this point in time. And it certainly wouldn't be surprising to me. And we see that in co-defendant cases a lot. Is what the government will try to do is get one of the co-defendants to flip on the others or to flip on the primary target, which in this case is Lil Durk.
Yeah, and obviously, this isn't just a murder for hire plot. Quando Rondo's cousin was actually killed in this ambush in 2022. Do you think that's why federal prosecutors are after Lil Durk too, and not just kind of the men who are allegedly accused of kind of being the trigger pullers in this case?
That's why I stopped in that jam
Quando
now,
Rondo's cousin survived the attack or not been shot and killed, that they would be after Lil Durk too?
I think that they would have been after him regardless. Like I said, there have always been rumors in the industry with regard to his possible acts and things of that nature. And so, again, it doesn't come as a surprise here. One of the things the government charged here is conspiracy, and they're alleging that OTF, or Only the Family, is essentially this umbrella of an organization that engages in criminal activity or a pattern of criminal behavior, including the murder for hire. They're alleging that Lil Durk is the primary principal who is essentially instructing other individuals to commit these acts. And so certainly they would be going after him, not only the trigger pullers and anybody else who may be lower level.
And, Lil Durk has been behind bars now since October. His trial was supposed to kind of start relatively soon, but now it's pushed back to October of this year. I want to ask you, what do you think the federal trial against Lil Durk could look like, given what appears to be this overwhelming kind of evidence against him?
I expect his trial to more than likely be months long. It could take anywhere from a month to a few months. I think it was a good move on the defense end to adjourn the trial out so that they can get through all of the discovery.
Right.
They can continue through their investigations and things of that nature. And they really want to bulletproof their defense. And adjourning the trial till October really gives them an opportunity to do that. Now, of course, Lil Durk doesn't want to sit there. Nobody wants to sit, in prison or incarceration. But I think that was the best move necessary to protect his rights. As far as the trial and what that will look like, I expect that there's going to be a lot of evidence that the government's going to be using. I think that they're going to try to go at this in the way that the prosecution went after Young Thug and his
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Roll up. So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We just having fun.
Because of the amount of evidence and the witnesses that they would use. So I expect that, but I expect Durk's attorneys to really go after the prosecution in this case. And while they're trying to point together and pin together these alleged acts that have spanned, I think, since the initial 2020 shooting incident, the defense is going to attack it each and every step of the way.
Do you think prosecutors will use music and his own lyrics kind of against him in trial?
I am expecting that that is going to happen, and I personally, as a defense attorney, have a significant issue with that. You know, we have a First Amendment right here in the United States, and the freedom of speech and the ability to create art through those lyrics has been used, you know, as an attack on that First Amendment right and privilege. Now, it may not be as much of a protected speech as other forms of speech, but that's an issue here. Artists want to be able to create without having to defend themselves for their creations later. But I do expect that the government is going to try to take that angle in this case.
You know, and I have to ask, say Lil Durk is your client. What kind of defenses are you going to be using, especially in a federal trial case like this?
You know, in a case like this, you know, if I was Dirk's attorney, my client is not as involved as the government would like to allege. All my client does here is he's a rapper. He runs this organization, but it's an organization that's geared towards music and in the music industry. We do hear, you know, lyrics of violence and things like that in the music industry. And again, that is a creative work that should be protected and is protected by the United States Constitution and copyright law. The government's making a significant stretch trying to tie him into this murder for hire plot. And ultimately what the government's trying to do is hold somebody responsible for this death, but the person responsible is not Lil Durk. Whether they want to go after, you know, the co-defendant who allegedly fired a firearm or killed that individual, that's a conversation for another day. But my client is a businessman.
Between 6:30 and 6:55.
So them trying to rope him in, just like they've been doing to other, you know, artists as of recently, is not something that we'd allow to happen, and we would fight that case at each and every stage.
Yeah, and I was kind of to piggyback off that answer there. It seems like for fans of Lil Durk, it does seem like, you know, oh, another great artist is taken up by the system, you know, especially after appearing to get your life together, then, you know, allegedly by your own actions get into something like this. But what do you make of what feels like the seeming downfall of Lil Durk and not kind of leaving the streets behind?
It's very unfortunate, and sometimes, you know, as you grow into new positions, you know, he's a celebrity, he has notoriety, he has a family. We have to change people, places, and things around us. We can't do the same thing and expect a different result. So while, you know, he has exceeded and excelled in his professional career, it's always important to be mindful of the people that you keep around. And sometimes, unfortunately, people don't leave the streets behind, and them doing so is a part of a safety and a coping mechanism for the things that they've previously experienced in their lives. But, you know, you have to protect yourself and your family first. So, you know, it's very unfortunate that he's in this situation. Hopefully he's able to overcome this, you know, with the help of his attorneys.
Yeah, and I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see how this all continues to unfold.
So,
Safa, I want to thank you so much for
Lil Durk court date is set for October. It's everybody going into what you said. I'm sick of hearing about these fires and the 11 lives lost so far. Come on, bro. Why would you say that? Why would you just get up in the morning and say you tired of hearing about a city where your people is, right? Your people, bro. Your people. Because I'm about to talk about that. But your people, you know what I mean? Whatever color, it's humanity. You're human, right? So you're part of humanity. It's on fire, man. People houses are on fire. Fire. How could you even say you sick of hearing about that? Damn, sure. Who make the better music for me, Vaughn or Dirt? I think Dirt, of course, make better music than Vaughn. You know what I mean? But Vaughn hit like a tornado. You know what I mean? He hit like a wildfire. You get what I'm saying? He hit hard. You get what I'm saying? And it made sense with Dirt. You know what I mean? It made sense with Dirt. You know what I mean? And they got together and they made history and they was banking and they would have been banking if he would have never died. But things happen. You know what I mean? But back to what I was saying before I had to read that comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of hearing about these fires and 11 lives lost so far. Like, wow, bro, what you, bro, kids are being burnt alive and there your ass talking about houses that can be built again. What are you talking about, bro? Like, listen, man, it's too early for this, man. Go get some rest, bro. Go get some rest, bro. Go get some rest, bro. Go get some rest. You need some rest, bro. You need some rest. You need some rest. You need some rest, bro. That's all, bro. You need some rest. You need some rest. You need some rest. Get some rest, man. Get some rest. And if you ever turn into my channel, I talk about everything on my vlog. If I'm interviewing somebody, of course, we're not talking about this, but on my vlog time and I'm presenting, bro, I don't just talk about music. My channel is a hip hop podcast. That's what I do. I cover hip hop, news, sports, entertainment, urban community development when I do interviews. When I talk, I bring up current events, what's relevant. You get what I'm saying? Show all that stuff you talking about, man. I don't want to see no woman, no children hurt, violence, or anything. So man, don't come on here just thinking I'm one of these other. Excuse me. I don't know what the hell I was. I cut the heat on. Maybe because that's why I just come on. You know how them little space heaters come on? They give you a little sniffle. But I don't be playing a whole bunch of games on my channel, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't see me. This people lost their life in California. This man is locked up. You know, one of the friends that he looked out for, it turned state against him. Well, I'm not telling you to murder for hire, right? But I'm just telling you when you live by certain rules, certain things happen. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? We witnessing, artists getting crucified for their past. Like, dudes just get on these platforms and just talk. Just to go back to the Dirt thing before I got sidetracked. So you heard about Dirt looking out for this guy Jam, but take it to the root of this. They had an internet beef, right? And this internet beef resolved in multiple deaths. People just always just bring up King Von. This other dude, King Lloyd, with half his head on his, got shot in his head. Like other dudes died that day that you don't even hear about. You know what I'm saying? It was a tragic. Everybody was saying slide for Vaughn, but they weren't saying slide for everybody that was with Vaughn. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the internet, forced that boy hand. Because there was no such thing as the internet. Like if this was 2005 instead of 2020, they'd have been saying slide for Vaughn. But he didn't have to wake up and see that every day. You know what I mean? Vaughn was a crazy artist. Once Vaughn realized he could rap, he was nasty, but he was a goon. He was a goon. And he was cool with doing life in jail or getting killed because that's the way he carried himself. We don't know truly what was in Von Hart, but what was in Von Hart that we know he represented was O Block and the BD set, no matter where he went at. Von was just who he was, and he stood on business. You know what I mean? We all had friends like that. You know what I mean? Fed by many and loved by a lot. You get what I'm saying? But Von, if he was in his jam right now, Von is going to stand on 10 like Dirk going to do. But it don't bother Von because this is his get back. But when you make it out the ghetto, bro, sis, and everybody want to say, yo, Dirt should have did this, Dirt should have did that. I say the same thing. But the reality of it is, it's easier said than done. Everybody think the internet saying slide for Vaughn. You got niggas around. Yo, when we gonna get that get back? When we gonna get that get back? Because it's some gang members that's smart and it's gang members that's idiots. And sometimes idiots overpower the smart members. Because idiots, the majority rule. So you got 30% of the gang members are smart that's trying to do something, then you got 70% that's on that wild shit. It results in shit like this. I don't know if Dirk did it or he didn't. We don't know. But when the feds get involved, that's serious because they do their homework. I'm speaking on the fact that if you was on that plane and you did go out LA and you choose to cooperate, you a fucked up individual. You know what I mean? You're a messed up individual. Yeah, when you first get on and you in the gang, hey, you gonna put money up. All that. We gotta just stop acting like the boy did something that's abnormal for streets. It don't make no sense to us as in the civilian world. It don't, we can say all this and that, but in that streets and in politics is different. You know what I mean? I don't know what he put into the gang war. You know what I mean? It's not unbelievable. It's not unbelievable at all. It's not unbelievable. What I'm just saying, the man in the jam and everybody that got caught up and everybody that was eating with him should stand firm. Everybody he was taking care of should stand firm. Shouldn't be no fool in this when you was getting taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be no fool in this. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. You know, jam is crazy. But let's finish listening.
Messages that seem to suggest he was trying to make sure his name wasn't involved in it, but that would suggest a level of cooperation and knowledge about what was about to happen. And then, of course, he was picked up allegedly before he was leaving the country. So talk to me about, real quick, do you think there's any avenue for him to say, I'm not connected to this, I'm not part of this murder for hire plot?
I think there is, and I think that has to be the defense in this case. I can't see any other viable defense here. Right? There's going to be a lot of finger pointing. Obviously, we know in these cooperator type cases, you want to make sure that you have corroborating evidence. You don't want to rely on the testimony of the trigger man alone, because obviously he is going to have potential bias or a reason to lie to try to save himself or to shave off time from his sentence. So your prosecutors, you really want to make sure you connected those dots before you bring a case like this against a Grammy award-winning rapper who has significant financial means to fight this case the whole way.
Well, now I want to talk about his connection. What we're talking about now is connection to this 2022 murder out in Chicago. And what law enforcement was able to uncover afterwards is really, really interesting. So in 2023, an FBI special agent with the Chicago Homicide Task Force applied for a search warrant for records and location data associated with several cell phones. And as part of that application, a lengthy document was provided that laid out connections and feuds between alleged gang members. So the two rival gangs that are mentioned here are the Smashville Gangster Disciples and the Mike City Black Disciples. And a man named Stefan Mack is who we're going to be talking about. He was reportedly the leader of the Smashville faction. So in January of 2022, he was apparently inside of this youth center in Chicago when a stolen Chrysler pulls into the parking lot. Okay, and the car sat there for about 40 minutes, apparently waiting for Mac to come out. This is according to police. And when he did, two men get out of the car and start shooting at him. Now, he apparently tried to run away, but one of the shooters chased him down and reportedly shot him in the head. Now, the other suspect also allegedly shot a security guard who was present, but thankfully that guard survived. The two suspects were identified as Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell. Both have been indicted in connection with this alleged murder. Now, Montgomery Wilson is an alleged member of the Mike City faction of the Black Disciple gang. And surveillance photos from businesses and homes nearby actually show the shooters running away from the scene. And I want you to get this. It turns out one of the suspects actually left his cell phone behind in the stolen car. There's even a photo of it included in the search warrant application. And police, they were able to use cell phone records, DNA, fingerprints to identify both Montgomery Wilson and Powell as being involved in the shooting. Now, Nima, before we even get into the Lil Durk connection, your initial thoughts on this? Any possible defense on this? I know you don't have all the details of it, but you can see how these two guys were targeted.
Oh, yeah, no question. That's a very strong case, right? You have video evidence. You have the cell phone, cell site evidence. You have fingerprint and DNA, putting them at the scene of the shooting. Potentially an eyewitness, depending on what the security guard or other people saw. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that unless you have a confession or, some sort of cooperator testimony. But this strikes me, Jesse, as a very strong murder case.
Well, now let's talk about what this has to do with Lil Durk, right? Well, investigators believe that this assassination was a revenge killing for the death of Durk's older brother. Yeah, Dante Banks Jr., who also went by the nickname D-Thang, was killed outside of a club in 2021. And authorities believe that Durk offered money to anyone who would take out Mac as retribution. So the warrant lays out these connections between Durk and the men that they say killed Mac. There's this confidential informant who told police that both Montgomery Wilson and Durk, that they are members of the Black Disciples. The filing, even includes photos showing the men hanging out together. For example, there is a photo showing what appears to be Dirk circled in red toward the back of a group of men and Montgomery Wilson on the left side of the photo. There's another photo that shows Dirk with the alleged leader of Mike City, whose name and identity have been redacted from the filing as well, and a person referred to as Confidential Human Source 1, or CH1, this confidential informant, by the FBI, gave investigators details about Dirk's alleged gang affiliations. So the 2023 filing states, CH1 has reported that Lil Durk was and still is offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed. And the filing goes on to talk about messages that are exchanged between new cell phones belonging to Montgomery Wilson and Powell. So according to the FBI agent's affidavit, this exchange of messages began 14 days after Mac was murdered. Based on my training and experience and knowledge of this investigation to date, I believe when the user of Powell Phone 2 asked the user of Subject Phone 2, "What's up with OTF?" the two were discussing Lil Durk and his affiliates. And then the filing shows a photo of Lil Durk seeming to wear a sweatshirt with the OTF logo, as well as a hand tattoo of those letters. And the FBI agent continues, when the user of Subject Phone 2 and Powell Phone 2 exchanged the messages "nothing" and "what you mean they not paying," the user of Subject Phone 2 was indicating they had not yet been paid, prompting the user of Powell Phone 2 to question whether there was an issue with them being paid for Mac's murder. When the user of Subject Phone 2 wrote, "We waiting, he comes up here on the 17th, the user of Subject Phone 2 was indicating that he was waiting for Lil Durk to come into town on February 17th to pay them for having murdered Mac. It goes on to say, when the user of Powell Phone 2 wrote, "Did Durk gave you that money?" to the user of Subject Phone 2, the user of Powell Phone 2 was asking the user of Subject Phone 2 if the user of Subject Phone 2 had gotten paid by Lil Durk for the two having murdered Mac. And when law enforcement did interviews with employees at the youth center, according to the FBI, employee 1 stated to law enforcement that they heard after Mac was murdered that there was anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000 being offered for someone to kill Mac. And the filing also has a screenshot from Montgomery Wilson's Facebook page and states, on March 2nd, 2022, Montgomery updated his Facebook story with a picture of him holding money and the Lil Durk song "Aha" playing in the background. I believe Montgomery made the above Facebook post to brag and take credit for the murder of Mac. Montgomery is playing Lil Durk's music and holding a large amount of cash to brag about the fact that he was paid by Lil Durk to kill Mac. Again, Durk has not been charged in connection with Mac's murder as of yet, but you have to wonder the impact this could have on his current case out in California and whether or not he could be charged. So, Nima, I laid out a lot of the big points. Your thoughts?
There's a lot there, a lot of strong evidence, some of it direct, some of it circumstantial. What I would like, if I were prosecuting the Chicago case, and I want to bring Lil Durk in, is something before the murders, right? You have these communications after the fact, and you need to tie it in to the plot before Mac was killed. I think that's an important piece of evidence. Maybe we don't have it yet. Obviously, we're talking about a pretty heavily redacted affidavit in support of a search warrant. But we may get there because if you see these types of written communications weeks after the murders, probably there may have been something leading up to it as well.
I mean, because again, if it's after the fact, right, they could just be listing anybody to pay them. I mean, you need something before, right? It's not just them mentioning Lil Durk. You need some sort of communication, maybe from Lil Durk, something to explain his connection to it. It's not just after the fact, right?
Let's say Lil Durk had nothing to do with this, and one of his rivals is murdered, and he were to pay someone as some sort of reward. I don't necessarily think that would be criminal. There has to be some tie, some sort of conspiracy, something before the murder actually happens.
Let me ask you this: if he had put out allegedly a hit on someone, right, and he never spoke to these individuals, and they kill Mac, would he still be responsible? He's like, I said that, but I didn't know these guys were actually going to do it. Is there any kind of defense there?
I don't think there's much of a defense there. I mean, he would have to argue that it was not a valid threat, or that somehow there was this conspiracy, but he withdrew from the conspiracy, or wasn't really acting as an accomplice, or, I think that would be a pretty bad argument.
especially when, you know, he is someone that is an alleged gang member. We have those affiliations. There's someone that arguably is responsible for the murder of his brother. So, you know, that would seem as a valid threat. I think jurors would look past that pretty quickly.
Do you think an indictment would be imminent with respect to this killing? Or if you're talking about something from 2023, this is part of a search warrant application, do you think that it's unlikely that he would be charged in connection with the murder of Mac?
I think it's likely that he is wrapped up in it. Oftentimes, what you'll do is, if you're prosecutors, you'll charge the most culpable person, and then you'll bring them in and say, this can go one of two ways. You can defend this case, and we'll push it to trial, and you'll be convicted. Or you can proffer and fess up and be honest with us and tell us who else was involved, and you can do yourself a favor and potentially get a less sentence. We'll make that recommendation to the judge. So, you know, it's still pretty early in terms of where the murder case is going. And as we know, obviously, not all the cases cover unlawful crime, but the vast majority of cases do plead out. And if this case does, it would probably be a plea with some sort of proffer or cooperation, in which case then Dirk might be wrapped up in it.
I want to ask you how it affects his current charges, his current case, because this warrant application was unsealed because of Lil Durk's bail hearing. He was actually denied bail. Possibly that this was used as evidence to show that he's a danger to society. Is that fair to use these allegations? He's not even charged in connection with the death of Mac. Is it fair to use this as evidence for him to be denied bail, to say what, he's a danger to society? Is that a fair standard?
Well, it's fair because it's a much lower standard. We're not convicting someone. And we talked about this a lot with the Diddy case, of course, right? Prosecutors, especially the feds, they love to keep their defendants in custody. There are many strategic advantages to doing so, and it also prevents additional crimes from being committed and from the defendant taking off. Now, obviously, in Lil Durk's case, there's some allegations that he was trying to board a private jet to the UAE, one-way trip. Obviously, he has an explanation for that, but to the extent that we're talking now about 2 hits in 2 different states, that's something that a magistrate judge or even a district judge who's deciding whether to grant bail, that's something that they're going to consider. And you don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt or anything like that at a bail hearing. It's really a clear and convincing standard, and the judge can consider this
Dirk,
type of
hey,
evidence.
Sure, what I gotta say is Dirk got a long fight ahead of him. You know what I mean? That's a big fight. The murder in Chicago, but these boys might nut up and just start working. You got OTF Jam that they allegedly supposed to be hot as a motherfucker. I don't know, man. You know, the Lil Durk whole situation, man, is just shaky and scary. And I just want people to know that, man, Dirk ended up with a lot of time in prison, even on a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? Dirk go to trial and get found guilty. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Do Dirk stand a chance of going to trial, getting found not guilty? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? We seen Boosie trial, we seen certain trials, but I mean, you know, like I said, Herb Gotti and them, they beat them with that Supreme shit, but man, like this, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? These Chicago dudes, they say they stand on business. A lot of them stand on business, 100% facts. But in this situation, would they let Mustafa go? That's the thing. Would they let Mustafa go with nobody cooperating? Mustafa go to trial and he beat it. That's what happened. If y'all want to know who Mustafa is, that's a little dirt attribute. He's Muslim. So, you know what I mean? Make do out for bro. You know what I'm saying? If bro didn't have nothing to do with it, because dudes could listen to rap music and say, oh shit, yo saying do this and do that. Why when the brothers get rich, they still want to be street? Just take care of your true friends and family. That's a fact. But when you take care of those true friends and family, and some of those true friends or family still got their hands in the mud, still got their hands in the dirty mud. You get what I'm saying? That's all. That's always a thing. But then you talk about his brother got killed. That's what makes it look crazy with Dirt. You talk about his brother got killed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? His brother got killed, bro. So that's like, you know, when a prosecutor trying to convince the jury, you know what I mean? Oh, he ain't, you know, his defense. It's like, yo, your brother got killed. So why wouldn't you get back? Vaughn, your best friend, he got killed. Why wouldn't you get back? That's the angle the prosecution gonna go on. His lawyer gotta go on. Man, he's rapping and he's talking this stuff. You know what I mean? He's doing this and that, but that's ain't really what he doing. You know what I mean? Lyrics ain't really what they doing, and they'll prove. There's lawyers to try to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. This ain't what he talking about. They already proved before the trial started. In one of those songs he made, when I heard your mother scream or sing your son on the news scream, that he made that song way before that. He proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he wasn't trying to run for nothing. So Dirt, you know what I mean? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, this is serious allegations. Murder for hire, 2 different states. Dirt can be legendary and beat this not guilty. I believe that the system is all about money. The right people get paid. Dirt walks off with this. You know what I mean? In the world today, we seeing Diddy held without bail. R. Kelly catch a 30 ball. Casanova catch 15. You get what I'm saying? Shorty Red life. You get what I'm saying? A bankroll shorty just caught 12 years with the feds. So we ain't on no joint. You know what I'm saying? Playing no games. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the wire stuff, all that's going to come out in October. All that's going to come out at Dirt Motion hearings. All that's going to come out. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. All that's going to come out, bro. You know what I mean? All that's going to come out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So that's a tough pillow to swallow. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, bro, that nigga Dreads fucking around be great when he get out, because that's a hard pillow to swallow, because dudes say they stand up to us the time. You get what I'm saying? Dirt was a good nigga taking care of a lot of the good dudes. You know what I'm saying? I hope dudes just do the right thing. I hope dudes truly do the right thing in that case. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hope them guys decide to do the right thing and don't get that man caught up. You get what I'm saying? If you was in, you in. You know what I mean? Sometimes, yo, when you doing a lot of shit out here, it's over. You get what I'm saying? And the number one rule, if you grew up in the streets, don't take nobody with you. Go handle your business like a man. You get what I'm saying? Don't take nobody with you. In this case, they already saying OTF Jam. You know what I mean? He supposed to be the one. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I'm just going off of what's on the internet covering. Do I think it look fishy? Do I know? I don't know. Good looking out, bro. Thank you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that donation from my brother Safi. You know what I mean? May Allah reward you for your good deeds. I really appreciate that. Let me know I ain't doing nothing. But you two take half of that. So, you know what I mean? I say maybe this afternoon when I get in, I have the Cash App. And if y'all want to donate to the channel, I put the Cash App up there, because you two take 50% of those donations. You get what I'm saying? And I really appreciate anybody that support my channel. I work hard for my channel. I get real content. Nothing stepped on. I gotta charge it up. Hold up, y'all. Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? I had to unhook my mic. I had to charge up. Y'all charge it up. Can y'all hear me clear? You know what I mean? Yeah. We gonna get back. I'm hanging out with y'all, man. Supposed to snow in Baltimore too, man. You know what I mean? Supposed to snow in Baltimore too, man. Let me get this on there. Oh yeah, that's slick. Let me get this down right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we on. We on. So, like I was saying, you know, the murder for hire thing, everything with, you know, Dirt, yo, it's a tough situation. Dirt got the money to fight it. He got a hell of a defense team. He getting ready to get busy. And I love it. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? I love the fact that he got the money to fight, and then the rest of those dudes, you know what I mean? It's all in what they got, bro. They ain't got much on Mustafa. I think they should let him, you know what I'm saying? I think he should be all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think he should be all right. It's my phone number. You got my number, but I'm gonna start putting that up there if y'all want to donate to the channel and support the channel. I'm ready to add it up there right now. If y'all want to support the channel, you can support the channel. You know what I mean? Want to support the Cash App, support the Cash App. You know, I'm about to put it on the screen right now. Hey, hit that notification. Come on, man. I got 16 people in here. Nobody liked the video. Come on, man. I'm trying to get in the algorithm. Like this video, man. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. You want to donate to my channel? I'm about to add the Cash App right now. You know what I'm saying? This a grind, bro. I'm up 6 every morning. Sometimes I miss. I'll be tired, bro. Like, who are you to tell me I'm not tired? You know what I'm saying? I'll be tired sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be tired sometimes, bro. About to add the Cash App right now. Up there. If you want to donate to my channel, donate to my channel and start putting it up there, because us YouTubers, man, we get up every morning, bro. We work. You get what I'm saying? We work, and then, you know what I'm saying? I don't really ask for it, but the guy saying, my man Safi been donating to the channel, so I would like to receive that to get microphones and stuff. You know what I mean? There it is right there. I'm about to pin it up there. So if you want to donate to the channel, yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? You want to donate to the channel right now, please do. I really appreciate it. It's the Cash App right there. If you want to donate, it's RDP. It's all that Raw Dope Podcast. That's it. Nobody ever got that cash tag. But like I was saying though, you know, I mean, free dirt. But murder for hire is a serious charge, and the people is on your ass. So, wow, man, this is California, man. I try to save this for last. I'm thumbing through to see what the hot topics is, but new evacuation orders in Southern California.
Turns even scarier. New mandatory evacuation orders have been issued tonight as the ferocious Palisades fire flares up again. This is new video from our Sky Ranger in Southern California. The fire is roaring closer and closer to more neighborhoods. Once again, the race is on to get out of that fire's path. This is video from a family's backyard. An eerie orange glow just over that ridgeline. Way too close for comfort as the fire is now heading straight for their homes.
We're packing up our belongings, our pet. We want to give our heartfelt thanks to all of the first responders who have been helping save our homes, save our lives.
The firefighters came to our door and pretty much knocked, so we knew it was time to leave. We had our stuff prepared. We saw the fire coming our way.
It will certainly be another long and sleepless night for so many in Southern California. Let's get right to our meteorologist, Rob Mayetta. Rob, the wind has really pushed this fire in directions where firefighters were hoping it wouldn't go.
And it shows you just how dangerous conditions can be when the wind changes direction. We're not seeing those strong, damaging offshore Santa Ana winds.
Don't run.
Wind out of the west for a time tonight. Push that fire, that Palisades fire, off to the north and to the east. The new evacuation order zones south of Encino.
Yo, California's really on fire. I can't believe it, bro. That's tough, bro.
Here on the north side, and another evacuation order.
Bro.
If you rate yourself here, here's 405 freeway. You've got Westwood, UCLA on the east side of the freeway.
I gotta see this. I gotta show y'all this because y'all think it's just a game. Like, I heard an idiot come on here and say something stupid like, oh, I'm tired of hearing about the California wildfires. I said, man, I got them right out of here. Yo, It's
Embers have to,
it's live coverage right now.
Embers have to find a weak spot in the construction or something
Oh,
flammable,
wow.
usually within the first 5 feet of the home. And if it is able to ignite that home or that surrounding vegetation in what we call zone 0, the immediate first 5 feet of the home, it can spread to the home. And then when one home burns, it just follows fence lines or other pathways that
look
just
at that,
travel
yo.
fire from home to home to home, and that's where you get just complete destruction of a neighborhood. But the trees are still standing. But in this, you can see one home standing, but everything else destroyed. Well, why is that one home saved? It could have been firefighting intervention. Firefighters doing structure defense could have saved this home, but also this home may have built or retrofitted with home hardening items. So important why we talk about retrofitting in home hardening and also maintaining defensible space, the dead or dying vegetation around your home, in particular in that first zone, that zone 0, that first 5 feet, anything flammable. That is a new recommendation in the last several years. It does make a difference. And again, this is such a tragic scene, but we are
So
working
basically
hard
what he's saying
to validate
is
exactly where these homes
let me tell you
and
it's
the
about buying
and
stuff.
addresses and make
So
that available
keeping
to
non-flammable
the
shit
public.
from your house.
Let's talk a little bit about the weather. A red flag warning remains in effect today for moderate to strong northeast winds. Now it's really important to note, we were expecting a Santa Ana wind event that usually is coming out of the desert. They are hot, they are dry, and they are really destructive winds. But really what we saw was heavy winds coming out of the north.
Y'all hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button.
Not technically a Santa Ana wind event. Nonetheless, we are monitoring the
hit
weather
that like
conditions
button, man. Donate to the channel.
pick back up over this weekend. Now, again, a red flag warning does remain in effect through much of Southern California. What we're looking at, though, next week, we could actually see a Santa Ana wind event. In fact, a very high probability of a Santa Ana wind event, again bringing strong winds, gusty, destructive winds, that if any ignition occurs, could fan the fires. And so not only do we have firefighters, again, at all of these fires across the Southland, but we are continuing to pre-position resources. We have brought in hundreds of firefighters from other states, Oregon, Colorado, just to name a few, to make sure we have plenty of firefighters to continue to respond to the new fires that break out each and every day, while also ensuring, again, that firefighters are on the front lines to do structure defense and to stop these major wildfires. Now, with high fire danger again expected throughout the weekend and into next week, it is so important that all residents, but especially those in Southern California, take steps now to prevent sparking a wildfire. Now, these recent wildfire tragedies, though, are a reminder for all Californians to be ready for wildfire. Yes, even in the month of January. To learn more, we have this great website, readyforwildfire.org.
Man, dang. That shit just look crazy. LA is what? 5:45, yo. This is shit I was looking for. Like, this is some shit. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Damn, yo. This is live coverage I'm looking at. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Yo, bro, this shit is horrifying, bro. I gotta show you. I keep spinning this camera around, put my blunt down. I really hate it. But you gotta see this with your own two eyes if you think anything other than this. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Bro, that look like something you see in a movie about hell, bro. Like, bro, like, that's a different look, bro. Like, this is what's happening in Southern California, bro. That shit can go spread the houses. Like, wow, bro. Every firefighter, yo, like, it is terrible. This is a national disaster out there, bro. The city, it's on fire, bro. Look at that. Really, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Like, that is fucking crazy work. And that's live. This is live, by the way. This is live, bro. This isn't real time, bro. This isn't real time, bro. I can't even hold you. I can't even hold you, bro. Like, what means the world to you, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like, yo, that's some shit you see like on the Rapture or something, bro. I don't know. I don't know how it started. I don't even think they fucking know. They can't tell us nothing. They can't tell humanity nothing. I don't even think they know how it started, bro. I'm being 100 with you. I don't even think they know how it started. Real shit. Real shit. Real shit, bro.
The wind changed on a dime, and next thing we know, we had to scramble to really get out of there. There was a lot of chaos. It was crazy.
It's crazy.
You get through it one day at a time, you know? Excuse me.
So many people across Southern California, their lives forever changed. This new normal that they've been forced into. Welcome, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert. This is Good Day LA at 6 o'clock.
And I'm Jen Laumer as we do continue our coverage of the deadly wildfires happening in
It's worse than Hurricane Katrina.
Several big fires continue to burn in the LA area right now. Red flag warnings are in effect through tonight. Nearly 20,000 acres have been destroyed in the Palisades fire, and the fire is only 6% contained.
We've also learned that 2 people have died in the fire. Let's get to Gigi Graciette, who's in Malibu for us with the very latest. Gigi, good morning.
Mel and Jen, good morning, everyone. The losses are absolutely staggering, and they are not just limited to Pacific Palisades. As you mentioned, we're in Malibu today, where we've seen home after home, business after business burned to the ground. And this morning, we're at the historic Topanga Ranch Motel here on Pacific Coast Highway across from Topanga Beach, where all the bungalows built back in 1929 by William Randolph Hearst and later acquired in 2002 by the state parks have been burnt to the ground, as well as state park employee residence, according to California State Parks. It also damaged, we're told, Will Rogers Historic Ranch House and other historic buildings at nearby Will Rogers State Historic Park. And take a look at this. Skyfox was above entire neighborhoods yesterday in Pacific Palisades that have been leveled by the fire. One house standing here and there, the rest burned to the ground in the nearly 20,000-acre wildfire that has forever changed so many lives. In neighboring Malibu, the scene repeats itself. House after house, business after business on both sides of Pacific Coast Highway destroyed. And with only 6% containment, the firefight is far from over. And then there are the injured. No exact number, but many are burned victims. One, a young city firefighter who suffered a serious head injury. Yesterday, there were at least 4 reports of possible human remains found in the rubble of burnt-out homes. 2 of them here in Malibu, including this one on PCH, where the medical examiner removed the remains believed to be that of the homeowner who stayed behind reportedly to try and save the house. Now, yesterday, the head of FEMA was here in Los Angeles to offer federal assistance, while President Biden committed federal funds to cover 100% of the firefighting costs. If you are a victim of any of the fires that have been happening this week in the Los Angeles area, you can now apply for federal assistance by going to this website, disasterassistance.gov. That's disasterassistance.gov. We're also going to have that website link on our webpage, foxla.com. Let's talk about the death toll. In all the fires, I understand it's up to 10. Here in Malibu, we have 2 confirmed, but sadly, officials tell me they expect that number to go up. Reporting live in Malibu, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you. Especially as deputies continue.
Damn, yo, that's tough, bro. That's tough. bro. Oh, man, that's tough, bro. I'm not a heartless individual. You people on YouTube might be. I'm not heartless, bro. I'm not heartless, bro. And it, you know, it hurts, bro. It hurts, yo. It's California, bro. It's a beautiful place. There are growing... It's just tough, bro. I don't know what to say, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, bro. That's why I've been covering every day. Just please, man, pray for them people in LA, man. Don't let that go past you. You know what I mean? It's a new something that I wanted to report on. It was on my page, teens. Here we go. This is the new news, man. Some teens got booked 9 hours ago. Let's go with this.
Crazy. It was something like, you know?
Saw the crime unfold.
Oh.
Across the street.
But if they caught them, the police did a good job.
As the neighbor talked, his neighbor, Kenny DeVera, the victim, pulled up. Back in the white Mitsubishi SUV, the vehicle that police say the young suspects took at gunpoint. DeVera talking now about the arrest and suspects.
They had the key, but they still busted out the window. Busted up my mirror on the other side. They tore it up, you know, little kids joyriding. It was the police. Baltimore City police that got my property back from me.
The incident happened Tuesday outside DeVera's home on West Pratt Street. The crime caught on ring camera video. The suspects, one of them with a gun, are seen confronting DeVera, demanding his vehicle before speeding away. The next day, police say officers spotted the suspects on Dolphin Street, getting into the stolen vehicle. Police followed the vehicle, stopped it. They say the female driver tried running away, but was caught. The male passenger arrested without incident. Both taken to the Juvenile Justice Center, police say, for processing and charged accordingly. Meantime, DeVera unsure if the juvenile offenders will be held accountable.
They caught them, but I mean, hopefully they catch some consequences. People are getting tired of these little kids.
For now, it's unclear if the suspects are still in custody or if they are in fact facing prosecution. Under new Maryland juvenile justice laws, crimes of violence, which include robberies and carjackings, should automatically be forwarded to the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office. Meantime, another victim of juvenile crime is watching and waiting, laced with frustration.
As Brandon Scott is talking about, carjackings are going down by juveniles. I'm getting carjacked in front of my own house.
Well, regarding the disposition of those two young suspects, we did reach out to the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office for answers. A spokesperson got back to me. She told me that state law prevents them from giving, pardon me, state law prevents them from giving information on juvenile cases to the public. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch.
That's vicious, bro. Yo, that's vicious, bro. Them boys will take your car out here.
Well, disturbing update tonight. 2 more teens charged with murder.
Blowing niggas a carjack.
$1 million.
Oh, it's a homicide. It's how I go down to Baltimore, y'all.
He joins us live with more on today's homicide and reaction coming from residents tonight. Jeff.
You know, the first homicide victim of this new year is 36 years old, and the first killer is still on the run. It was the middle of the afternoon when residents came home to find a body on the side of the road.
No, I didn't hear or see anything.
Just after 3 this afternoon, detectives say a 36-year-old man was shot over and over again and left to die on the side of Daywalt Avenue. A motive is still unknown. Officers spent the afternoon combing the community for clues as they attempt to solve the first homicide of the new year.
This is a new year. You know, and you never think something like this would happen.
It's not a bad neighborhood. It's not something I would expect to happen here at all.
Yeah, these young guys, you know, they need some guidance. They need to either go to church, go to the mosque, and, you know, pray instead of reacting and killing each other.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It was 2 days ago when Mayor Brandon Scott brought attention to last year's 23% reduction in homicides, a reduction he credits in part to his group violence reduction strategy.
Right, we have academic research, right, by World Now, folks, that shows this strategy is working.
I know the mayor thinks this, but once again, I think unfortunately his inexperience in understanding the way the criminal justice system really works.
We want to make sure that these reductions we're seeing are not just for 2 historic years, but that we're sustaining these declines in violence.
But on the 9th day of the new year, the city's first homicide has rocked this Northeast Baltimore community. One resident who says she's friends with the victim is finding the loss difficult to digest.
He was a great person. He was a great person. And I'm going to miss him.
Well, by the 9th year of last year, Baltimore had seen 2 homicides on January 9, 2024. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also,
it's crazy out here in Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Tonight, Governor Wes Moore is responding to a letter from a Baltimore City juvenile crime victim. In it, a Federal Hill man recounts the brazen attack that left him with permanent vision loss. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor shares why the victim still feels his voice isn't being heard.
Well, this letter to the governor is just the latest juvenile crime victim voicing concerns. But tonight, despite mounting public outcry, the governor is touting a reduction in crime, saying more work does need to be done, but not specifying exactly what actions he plans on taking.
Fast but forceful. It was a life-altering strike.
It's been really devastating.
Last November, longtime Federal Hill resident John Berardi approached by a group of suspected teens while he was walking home with a box of pizza. First, they steal his food. Then, as he's attempting to flee, one of them senselessly hitting him over the head with a metal pole, fracturing his nose, tearing his iris, and leaving a hole in his retina.
Recovery's going to be pretty bleak.
The gash on his forehead now healed, but doctors say even with surgery, his eyesight will never be the same. Permanent vision loss, giving him a new outlook on the state's juvenile justice system.
You think that if someone does something as terrible as what happened to me, that
Yo, fun.
laws would protect the victim, but it's not really the case in Baltimore.
Berardi now sharing his story in a letter to Governor Wes Moore, hoping to create change. In it, he also cites a September case in Butchers Hill, a 66-year-old man robbed and brutally beaten. Police arresting an 18 and 15-year-old.
That's how I get it. That's how I get it, Baltimore, yo.
Be detained. Instead, DJS immediately releasing the teen to a guardian, then later calling it a mistake. How often are these mistakes happening? Where is the accountability? Questions Berardi.
The DJS is constantly releasing juveniles who've committed violent acts and on their 6th, 7th arrest for carjackings or repeat offenses. And that's just unacceptable.
Pointing to a revolving door of, quote, reckless releases. Berardi joining the growing calls for DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi's resignation, and for police, prosecutors, and judges to have a say in juveniles' detention decisions. Similar calls made in an October letter to Moore, signed by more than a dozen Republican lawmakers. And in this online petition, gathering more than 3,600 signatures, launched by community leaders like Arch McCowan.
DJS has thrown public safety out the window.
Yesterday, Fox 45 asking for Moore's response to Berardi's letter. Given the growing calls for Schiraldi's resignation, why do you continue to support him? And how many more innocent people must be affected before you and the General Assembly take action on juvenile crime? The governor's office not directly answering our questions, but did send a statement saying he
what they wanted to do with juveniles, like send them all to prison for the rest of their life. People be talking crazy on here. Did you see what Panama do talking? You look like what we go out of here. Yeah, get them out of here. That's why you a mob. All you gotta do is remove it.
233%, and
Just gotta
robberies
remove it.
up nearly 50% in 2024. Berardi's still wanting to learn how exactly the state plans on curbing those statistics.
It's good to hear that it's at least on his radar. I don't know what that work is. I'm hoping to hear more about it. And I do believe he does want crime to go down. I'm just not sure what his plan is or if he's even fully capable to do it.
You can read the governor's full
sure.
statement in this story.
That's why you are modern, Safi. When you see something stupid,
to direct answers, Berardi is also still waiting for an arrest in his case. Metro Crime Stoppers are offering a $2,000 reward for anyone with information that could help lead to an arrest. Reporting in Baltimore, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 40.
So my city, you know, they got a juvenile crisis. Things are going on. They want to lock the juveniles up for the rest of their life. But these little kids out here doing stuff. The kids are squeegeeing, trying to stay out the way. There's no opportunities for these little kids. And I'm like, before y'all put them in jail, y'all should go around to these Burger Kings and McDonald's that's being dominated by other cultures and give these kids jobs. If they willing to squeegee, they willing to run around, show them how to get money to get a car. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. You know what I mean? Raw Dope Podcast was built in Baltimore, grown in Baltimore. This flower come out of Baltimore. Everything, you know what I'm saying? I report global news, national, everything, but Baltimore is our main topic. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know anything about Baltimore, go check my channel out, subscribe to my channel, become a member, and check it out, bro. You'll learn about the city. You'll learn our lingo, our music, with everything. You know what I'm saying? You'll learn everything about Baltimore, bro. This is the channel, this is the page you learn about Baltimore. You straight learn about Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? You want to know anything about Baltimore, nigga, just tap in. Atlantic City, New Jersey, what's good, man? I fuck with y'all motherfuckers. Y'all just don't know. Y'all got them good dispensaries out there. You know what I mean? Beaches. Yeah, I love Atlantic City. 3 hours away. Y'all 3 hours away. I got love for Jersey. Newark, New Jersey, stand up. You know what I'm saying? I got love for them. Albany. I love for the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I got love for my Cackalack niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got love for a lot of dudes, the Philly Bulls. You know what I mean? I got love for my DC guys. Got love for a lot of dudes in the outskirts of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Love is love. But hey, I thank everybody for tapping in this morning, man. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like. Leave a comment. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast.